What do your spirit guides want you to know about the week ahead? What kind of guidance do they want to bring forward to you that will make your life a lot more easier, less confusing, and will also help you strengthen their connection with you? So, if it is your first time here, I am Heather Danielle, psychic medium and also spiritual gifts and mentor. I am coming to you through the Spiritual AF Life podcast that I host. And just to let you know, and I'm also live on YouTube with video. So you can always hop on over to YouTube if you're not already watching and tune in from there, because I am going to start doing my podcast live on video. Well, not actually live. I'm not going to be there like live, but you could actually see me in the videos on YouTube. So to get started for today, I am going to be using this deck here, which is the Tree of Life Oracle deck by David Wellis. Okay. I don't even know who David Wellis is, but I love this card deck. If you were able to join us for coffee and cards on Sunday, then you know about these cards. I use them for pick a card, and I already shuffled and I have all of the cards for Monday through Friday laying face down in front of me. But I have to tell you, as I was shuffling, there was a lot of messages coming forward. And what that means is that your spirit guides are really trying to reach out to you this week to offer you that guidance. And so just be on the lookout for any kind of like signs and synchronicities. And if you have time, meditate. If you don't have time to meditate, that's okay. Do something that gets you in the zone or out of your head, because this is really going to help you make those choices in the minute that you have to make them, and to basically make your life a little bit more stress free. And you can just be a little bit more mindful and in the now, in the present moment. This is going to be a week where we're not going to worry so much about the future. We are going to be present and in the now, because what we decide upon this week is really going into our effective future. At least that's what I am getting from our spirit guides. So, without any further ado, I am going to show you our first card for Monday, which is the Hierophant. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Oh my gosh. It is a number 16, and it says a loyalty, kindness, and guidance. So on Monday, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Hierophant is definitely a meditation card. Keep in mind the number 16, and I am going to look in the book and see what number page this is on. And bam, I open up right to the page in the guidebook, and it is number 88 and 89. So keep in mind with that. Maybe you know somebody that was born in those years, or maybe you know somebody who passed at that age. And so keep that in mind. And also number 16. So 16, remember, my favorite number is 316. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. But on Monday, again, that guidance part is coming up. Spirit guides are trying to let you know that you are being guided, that you are being supported, and to be mindful. This is going to be a day to try not to move so hard. This is where you are actually going to get more done by doing less. You are going to not try and get everything done on your to-do list. Okay, that's just going to create a little bit more stress. If you have time on Monday, that is today, when you are listening to this, drive slower. Okay, drive slower was a big thing. Indulge in that self-care. That means like, hey, if you're like, hey, I'm not going to shower before I go to bed, I'm just going to do it in the morning. No, shower before you go to bed. Okay. If you are able to take a walk and go outside on your lunch break, do little things like that just to really help yourself and your body out a little bit more. And I do feel a male in spirit on Monday that is just really like saying hi, 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 and really wanting you to keep going down your spiritual path, because they want to keep on talking to you, that they haven't left. Then they want you to know that they are always truly with you, and they know everything that's going on with the family. And just know that they can hear you when you talk to them, even though you might not be able to hear them. All right. So we are going on to Tuesday's card. But just to let you know, I do post these on my Facebook page, Heather Danielle Psychic Medium, and then also on Pinterest and also on Instagram. So every single day you will have a reminder of what that card is. My Instagram handle is spiritual_Heather Danielle. All right, now we're moving on to Tuesday's card. Ooh. Oh, this is good. The middle pillar. It's a beautiful card. It has a lot of blue on it. And look, it matches the background as well, right over here. And it is backbone, balance, the middle way. All right. First off, I do get a lot of people need to go to a chiropractor, get a freaking massage. You're holding way too much stress in your lower back and also inside of your shoulders. And honestly, I feel like what they're telling me is that it's bringing other health issues. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I totally learned about it recently. And it says that my tight hip flexors, which is like located, lower back into the pelvis region, kind of that kind of thing, it's actually tight because of jaw muscles. Isn't that insane? So if you have TMJ and you have jaw issues, just know that they might actually be creating lower back pain. Insane. I know. I'm also getting sciatica too with this. And so I know it sounds so weird, but I really feel on Tuesday too. They're talking about stretching, going to a yoga class. If you have an opportunity to do any of these things, it's really going to help you out, because what they're telling me though is that you've been taking on too much by yourself and you have a spiritual team to help you out. And I understand that sometimes it can be hard trusting them. Sometimes they're a little bit too woohoo for me sometimes too, but you really have to take care of yourself and your body. And this is going to be, again, about that week of slowing down and really being more gentle with your body. I know when I do yoga, sometimes before or at the end of the yoga session, we will be laying there just in, dead man's pose, just laying on your back. And I do a body scan and I don't even realize parts of my body and how much that they're hurting. It's like I'm always just going. I don't really feel a lot of that pain until I am just laying still. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, this hurts and that hurts and blah, 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 blah. And sometimes the best remedy for that is not going to be pushing yourself further. It's going to be doing those gentle approaches, gentle stretching, little walks. If you are an exerciser and you are working out, the stretching is going to be huge for you and you really need to start doing it. That is where a lot of people slack, including myself, but this is a sign that that stretching is needed, because if you don't, I feel like you are just going to be a lot more tighter and not less flexible, and it's not really good for your muscles and your joints and all this other thing. Now on Tuesday, I really do feel to be paying attention to your thoughts, because I do feel spirit talking to us through clear cognizance, which is clear thinking. All right. Now with clear cognizance and clear thinking, it can be difficult to really trust in it because there might not be any rhyme or reason for the way that you're feeling. But if you get any intuitive hits that maybe you can't confirm on Tuesday, write them down and come back to them, because I really believe that they're saying that it's going to make sense later on. All right, now for Wednesday's card, let's look at it. Ooh, is that number 23? Path, the Hanged Man. Oh, and it says tolerance, new perspective, and a life purpose. Oh my gosh, I love that. If anybody has any kind of association with Peter Pan or Tinkerbell, I definitely see it inside of this card. And I really do like it. So anyways, on a Wednesday, pay attention to the number 23. The other Tuesday's card did not have a number on it, just so that you know. But the number 23, it's funny because I'm thinking about my husband now, is 102 and 103. So this could be broken down in different ways. It could be January 2nd and January 3rd, or it could be October 2nd, October 3rd, the 10-3. But anyways, Wednesday is talking about, for the love of freaking God, making sure that you are keeping your thoughts on what you do want. Whether or not you want to believe it, you manifest with your thoughts. It is not BS. How many more freaking movies and TV shows and people do you need coming to you to let you know that this is freaking true? Because it is true. You do manifest it. So like attracts like. What you think about, you freaking get. And on Wednesday, that is spirit's number one piece of advice for you. All right, because you don't want to be putting in bad energy into anything. Okay, so that means don't worry. I know it sounds so hard. Just try to ask your angels to take away your worry from you, because the more that you worry, then you're putting that energy into that issue that you're worrying about. Not saying that you're going to manifest it, okay? Like you might not manifest it, blah, 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 but it's like you're just going to create more turmoil, all right, for yourself, worrying about a future that doesn't even exist yet. So that's number one. Just pay attention to your thoughts on Wednesday and making sure that you keep in focus on the things that you do want. Okay. Ooh, I love it. This is Thursday's card, and it is the pillar of severity. And it says severity, courage, and form. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I am actually getting that on Thursday. Feel free to cut the cords. Feel free to go ahead and do things that you love to do, and cut the cords on the things that you do not like to do, that are no longer calling to you. I'm really seeing the chakras really, really big here. So I feel like on Thursday, Reiki, I'm feeling pranic healing, healing touch. You can even do it on yourself. If you have been thinking about getting into this kind of modality, then this is going to be your sign that you need to do it. And also, again, soft approaches, light approaches. I also believe too that if you are upset at somebody, they don't know or they don't understand why. They don't get it. So if you think that you're just trying to, beat around the bush a little bit, like, they don't understand that you're trying to beat around the bush at all. All right. They just think that everything's fine or everything's the same. They're not seeing that. Okay. I feel like the person that you're having issues with is just feeling and thinking a little bit differently than you. I also do see purple and blue. So when I see those together, that is talking about spiritual communication. And they are really talking about that spirit is communicating with you, whether you believe it or not. And I really do feel that spirit is trying to push a lot of people outside of the spiritual closet. Okay. They're trying to get you to do more of this work. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell is going on in the world, but I do feel that there is some craziness probably happening in the next few years or things like that, where it's almost like a fight of good and evil. And that's another reason why that they want more spiritual peeps like us to stand up to try and help wake up other people, because so many people are just so caught up in dramas of every little day life. And it's like, man, there's a whole big world out there. Not meaning that we have to like help out the whole entire world, but almost like the little sparks that we leave on people just keep on creating this butterfly effect, and then just keep on rolling over. Does that make sense? And then one by one, little by little, we shine our lights really bright. And then there's going to be like millions of people that have this big bright light, and we can just change the world because of our thoughts and our beliefs and how we live our life, because we're no longer putting fear in the forefront of our day. We're putting love in the forefront of our day. And how you do that is by embracing all of yourself, trusting in a higher power bigger than yourself, and then doing things that you love and treating people with love, making choices from the place of love. All right, now we're getting on to Friday's card, and it says the Pillar of Mercy. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I really do feel that if there's someone that you need to forgive, then this is going to be Friday to try and, just look into forgiveness, because a lot of times forgiveness isn't about the person. It's about you. It's about forgiving yourself. I know it sounds kind of crazy, and I still have a hard time, grasping the concept of this, but basically it's talking about letting go, because if you don't quote forgive and things like that, then your energy is still attached to the energy of the past. And whether you believe it or not, you're kind of carrying that with you every single day. And that can be a lot of luggage to carry. And that can make you feel tired. It can make you feel like exhausted and you don't even know the reason why. It can make you more depressed too, because you're living in the past. And so that's why spirit's like, yep, come on, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Let go of that. Do some meditations, do some cord cutting around it. Do EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping. That is great. EMDR with a therapist also will really help out too. And I really want to accentuate the EMDR part, because I feel like talk therapy is not really good for a lot of people that are listening to this, because some of the trauma is still stuck inside of like your nerves and inside of your body, and your body needs to heal from it. It's not just your mind, it's your body needs to heal from it. So definitely looking into the EMDR, and also the EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, which I believe is just kind of like the personal way that you can actually do EMDR at home. And I'll put some links to, I did an episode on it with an expert in it, and you can walk through those EFT protocols, if you will. And that guest I had on the show actually does it for free as well. So you can go look at some of her videos with that. But anyways, on Friday, definitely letting go. Great day to meditate, great day to journal, get some of that emotion, that energy out. And definitely, I see the number 21 and also the number 0. So maybe 21 resonates with you, or somebody that you know who is 21, was born on the 21st, those kinds of things. And then O is just like an infinity. Okay. It's talking about no ending, no beginnings, all one. It's just trying to let you know that some choices that you're making are not as serious as you may think. Okay. You might think like, oh my God, like this is the end all be all. It's not. It's not. Don't worry. A little bit more Hakuna Matata. I believe everybody here listening right now needs to take that song Hakuna Matata by the Lion King and literally listen to it on repeat. Okay, Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase, right? That's what we are going to be doing on Friday. Friday, music, connection, dancing, moving your body, saying yes to some of those things, and getting outside of the past. All right, we need to keep on moving forward and be excited for the future. All right. So if you need a reminder about each one of these cards are, definitely make sure that you follow me on Instagram and also on Facebook so that you can see them. And I am going to see you back here on Wednesday. And I hope that I do, because guess what? I will be on video for a Wednesday's podcast. So I will see you then.